Hey guys, so our project was on entrepreneurial analysis and we chose the topic Shark Tank India. We are Adith, Ishika, Nukit and Sankalp and we aim to create a Bible of sorts for Indian investors. So for those of you not familiar with the concept of Shark Tank India, it is a reality TV show adapted from the US show Shark Tank wherein pitchers or prospective business starters go up to established businessmen or businesswomen called sharks who are usually very higher up established businessmen, and they pitch their idea to them in hopes of an investment. And so what we have noticed is that you can have the right idea, but you can screw up your pitch or not frame it perfectly and then not get an offer. And even if you have the right idea, if you pitch it to the wrong person, you may not end up getting an offer at all. To avoid these mistakes, we have studied the show on two levels: statistical analysis and linguistic analysis. Statistical analysis would involve corroborating data using a correlation matrix and then studying the various factors and impacts that multiple variables have on each other. Linguistic analysis would involve analyzing the linguistic content of sharks on two levels: word level and sentence level.
Okay, now for the statistical part, what we did is we had a data set in which we had all the data about the pitches that there were there, like the gender of the presenter that came, the age of the presenter that was there, how much amount they asked, how much they got, which shark invested, and a lot of data. So we created a correlation matrix between both the data set with itself, and we found some amazing analysis out of the correlation matrix. So the first one was the gender disparities that are present. So males are very much oriented towards electronics and technology, whereas females orient towards health, beauty, and fashion. And transgenders, even though they were less in number on the show, but the guys who came were towards service industry. And we saw that male presenters generally used to ask more amount, and they used to receive even more than what they asked for. But similarly for females, they asked less and they got less also. And for a age analysis, we found out that the older your electric vehicle industry is, like your company in electric vehicles is, it will get more benefits, and sharks are more interested in them if they are older. But if you're in beauty and fashion industry, then if it's a new company, then it's better. And yeah, so yeah, the young guys that come on the show, they tend to ask lesser amount initially, and the middle-aged guys ask a more amount. And now we have some shark per shark analysis. So like Vinita and Ghazal have shown similar patterns in investing in startups. They most of the times also go in together into the startups. And Ashneer loves edtech, and Namita loves medical. We all know. Uh, and she also refuses other industries, like ये मेरी expertise नहीं है, so I am out. And Piyush could be sexist. Uh, why he would be sexist? Because we found some correlations between him which showed he has negative correlation with female presenters and more with male presenters. And Amal invests a lot into younger people, whereas Namita invests a lot into older guys.
Coming to the linguistic analysis, what we did was we extracted the subtitles from YouTube of those episodes that do have subtitles, and then these dialogues we manually tag them if they were said by the shark or by the contestant, because we wanted to focus our analysis on what was said by the contestant. And so, in this manner, what we created was India's first conversational annotated data set for investor pitches. And now on this data set, what we have done is we have removed the dialogues that are said by the sharks, and analyzed the pitch of the contestants in a word level and sentence level manner. So the observations we made were in the word level and sentence level. In the word level, what we observed is that we took the noun to verb ratio, and the lower this ratio, that is the more number of verbs there are in a pitch, we hypothesized based on studies that have been done in abroad on English dataset. What they hypothesized is that the more verbs there are in a pitch, the more assertive and more confident it sounds. And as an investor, I want to invest in someone who's confident about their pitch. So the lesser this ratio, that is, the more number of verbs there are in the pitch, the more valuation they receive generally. Also, similarly, we check the number of named entities in the pitch. And again, the more number of named entities you have in your pitch generally is the sign of being more expertise in the field. So we observed there was a positive correlation of the number of named entities with the valuation received in the pitch. Coming to sentence level, we analyzed the average length of the sentences, and again this was in line with studies that have been done. And what we observed is that the shorter your sentences are, the more successful your pitch is. Not just short sentences, your short sentences need to be interspersed with large sentences, and this creates a high variance. So what we observed was a negative correlation with mean, while a positive correlation with variance. So you need to have higher variance in your pitch to have a more successful pitch. This is a word cloud of our the pitches that the contestants give, and here we can observe that our the contestants want more positive affirmations, as they want to agree with what the sharks are telling. So there are words like yes, and there are words like thank you much very often in the pitch. Next.
So some limitations with our analysis was, of course, the pitches or the data that we've obtained were only limited to those episodes that have been broadcasted on YouTube. So if the some pitches are such that they have not been broadcasted, so we have no data on them. Also, most of the conversation that occurs in these episodes is in code mixed language, that is both Hindi and English. So converting them to English, of course, results in a loss of information and context about the overall pitching data. And also we have access to just the pitch raw text transcript and not the manner or the emotions behind the pitch. So in standard guidelines with any research project, we have gone through an ethical review. And so we are happy to say that our project has passed all ethical guidelines. This dataset is freely and publicly open source available under the Kaggle CC0 license. And this data has been used fairly, and any audience member that has agreed to come on the show has already given explicit consent, and hence none of their consent has been violated. Thank you.
Thank you.